I've watched a few atheist lectures, and they usually tend to, at some point, discuss, the general feel of atheism, and I think a lot of people misinterpret what atheism is, and mainly they misinterpret it through its sort of adherence to science as a point of reference. And more than maybe a point of reference, I keep saying science as a point of reference to atheism, when really science is, very closely tied to atheism. And I think to drill down in terms of what people tend to misunderstand is that, they feel atheism is some sort of proponent of cold, hard fact. It's devoid of emotion, or devoid of human feelings, or they see it as some sort of cold, concrete, amassment of facts that's unshakable, and without being capable of change, or adaptability. It's further from the truth than you'd think, because, if anything, the facts that come out of scientific inquiry are falsifiable. They are things that can be changed based on new evidence, on new science, on new discovery. Those facts there are certain things that we do know that would be very, very difficult to change or rewind, since they're built on multiple theories that rely on a plethora of facts that support the main theory. So something like evolution, for instance, would be very, very difficult to dismantle, since there's so much work and observation and scientific inquiry that went into it. It would be very difficult to dismantle. But if new discoveries are made, tomorrow or whatever, that kind of, may allow for a questioning of evolution, then of course those scientific discoveries are going to, get their due diligence and get their due attention. So data coming out of scientific inquiry is falsifiable. It can be changed. It can lead to different theories, and lead to maybe even overhauling of previous theories. And it's not to say that if, say, scientific policy is used in government, that government policy is going to change every day with a new discovery. No, obviously there's things like scientific discovery take time to basically to basically verify, and to it goes through a whole system of basically verification. So the point being is that scientific fact, and what most would consider some sort of an immovable force of atheism, is actually quite changeable and verifiable and falsifiable. On the other hand, where you have belief, belief is something that is actually much less malleable. It's something that cannot be changed, because it's based on an idea that can't be verified or can't be falsified. Belief is belief because it's belief. Like, that's how that works. Like, you can't change. If you believe in God, you can't change. Science has no evidence for God, and if you believe that is enough to believe, then you can't change that. That is where belief comes from. It's based on no evidence whatsoever. It's just based on this idea that you have in your head that can't ever be changed. Now, if you're Christian, for instance, and you're talking about God as divorced from all the errors and incongruities that happen in the Bible, then I'm not sure what your Christianity is. Because you're talking about some sort of deist God, or some sort of some sort of idea of God that you can't really explain through your Christian Bible. That's if you consider yourself Christian. Same would go for Islam or any other religion. Religion automatically almost always gets this hammer set to it, because well, to tell you the truth, it's a bunch of garbage. But this belief system, the belief as belief itself, without tying it to any one religion, is immovable. If you believe something, that is what belief is. Like there's no evidence. You don't work on evidence or anything like that. You just know you believe it, and that's it. So I guess in a certain way, I'm saying, moderately religious people, there's some sort of divorcing that happens between the religion and what they think of God. In most cases, they kind of wishy-washy back between this fuzzy area of all they know is they believe, and that's it. But intellectually, it's very dishonest. It's actually kind of I find it actually a little bit muted in its efficacy, and muted in terms of its true role in society, or what people would refer to as the true role of religion in society. It's too sectarian. It's too divided. Even within one religion, it causes too much conflict. It has caused too much conflict. It's just not. It's something I find very contentious and very fraught with inconsistencies and messed up kind of weird political influence. And don't get me going on sexuality. Religion is just pedal to the metal into the ground when it comes to sexuality. They're just screwed. But just to summarize, my main point being is atheism is not some cold barrel of facts. There is an admittance by atheists, more than even probably religious people, that human beings are emotional beings, and they have feelings, and those things don't go away with atheism. But that is the general perception people have of atheism. It's a much more human endeavor, I think, that religion is. Religion is too obsessed and paranoid about the life you will have after you die. It's too, immersed in hellfire and cloudy skies, and it's too fairy tale, and it doesn't actually take into account the reality of the human condition. But that's my video. Have a good one. Bye.